What's up, YouTube? You ready for another adventure? Today, from the east side of Fayetteville, we're going to take you down Highway 16 to Highway 23, which is the Arkansas Pig Trail, and then down to the Mulberry River. Our original plan was to do some overlanding and some kayaking, but we've got to take our dog with us, and he's getting older and he doesn't do well in the boat with us, unfortunately. He used to kayak with us all the time, but since he's going, we're going to pull the little 15-foot GeoPro today. If you guys drive a mid-sized truck, you ought to check out the GeoPro. It's been a pretty good little off-road camper. It's not extreme off-road, but you know, dirt roads and certain mountain roads, it does pretty good. So we just got our camper set up at our RV spot at Turner Bend, which is right on the Mulberry in the Ozark Mountains. And I must say, it's got a beautiful view of the mountains. We got plenty of shade here at our RV spot. Everything's ready to roll for tonight, and we're gonna head back up to Turner Bend. We've got an interview with Brad Wimberly, the owner of Turner Bend, and Cindy will be doing the interview. We'll see you guys soon.
Hi, I'm Cindy here with Bitrestless Adventures, here with Brad Wimberly,
Correct.
owner of Turner Bend Outfitters store, cabins, RV, and campground in Ozark, Arkansas, and the Mulberry River. Yes. You
Okay,
got the floor here, Brad.
I got the floor. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, well, I'm Brad Wimberly, and I'm here at Turner Bend as I have been for the last 44 years, doing all the chores that come with running a little general store, boat rental, campground, cabin business here. So it's, I wear all the hats here.
When did you start the campground over where we put our RV just recently?
Well, we've had Round the Bend property, which is a half mile from Turner Bend. We've had that since 2007, but it took several years to make payments on the property and then get to where we could afford to make improvements to the property. We've just had the RV campground, which has 16 sites. We've just had it outfitted for the last year and a half, and really just got things like we wanted them. We built a shelter at each site. We just finished those this winter.
It has a shower house.
Shower house and separate restroom building.
Okay.
And
And tent sites.
Yes, people can camp there in tents, but there are 3 sites that are just for tent camping, and each one of those has a shelter as well. And like we hosted the Arkansas Canoe Club in early May this year, like we do every year. We've hosted them we've hosted them 44 years. This was their 49th annual Arkansas Canoe Club School of Whitewater Paddling. Next year, big deal, 50th anniversary of that. But anyway, we used to host them here at Turner Bend. It was very, very crowded. And finally, we got that fixed up enough down there to where they had moved there. And we're shifting a lot of our camping there out of necessity, because we expect to have a new bridge here in Turner Bend in the not so distant future, and that's going to compromise our campground here.
What services do you offer here, Brad?
Well, we started off, we were a canoe rental business, and of course the general store with a deli and a beer permit. But now the beer sales are not near as important as they used to be. We don't sell as much. We just have a dry county. They're wet now. We still have our deli. At one point we had over 60 canoes. Now we've got about 20, and that's really too many. But we've gone more into kayaks, and we have, of course, the single sit-on-top kayak. We have now some tandem sit-on-tops, and they're kind of somewhat replacing canoes. We also offer rafts. Got about a dozen 4-man rafts and 3 of the 2-man rafts.
Hard shell or
Well, the rafts are inflatables, but the kayaks, we got about a fleet of about 50 regular hard shell sit-on tops, and then we have, I think, 12 tandem hard shell boats.
can you stand over there, cameraman, to show the wetsuits that he also offers?
Yeah, these are, we're upstairs in the store right now, and here's the small through medium, and then we have the larger sizes just right over there. This used to be a bigger deal. People used to come more in the cold weather than they do now. Now we don't rent wetsuits as much as we used to, because more of a fair weather crowd, I should say. And we do have a few wetsuits out today. It's a little bit chilly, but we don't rent as many wetsuits as we used to.
So for, you say cold weather season, what would that be typically?
Well, as this thing has evolved over 44 years, initially the customer base was a group of guys that were gone to college together. And they're at party and they're 30 years old, and they're here in mid-March, because they know that's when the water's starting to be right. But they needed a wetsuit to be able to go then. Well, now those guys are either not going anymore, or if they're still coming, they're coming late. So that anybody would tell you in the boat business that your boat rental crowd is pretty fair weather. And So you're not going to do a whole lot of rentals until it's warm.
Right.
And for us, unfortunately, that means potentially a very short season where we still have water and it's warm.
Well, that's what we're here for, getting that word out for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to mention? Your do you VRBO rental cabins?
Yeah, we've got 5 cabins. They're on our website, turnerbend.com, and that's where we do most of our business. A lot of it's repeat customers, but we are also people can find us on Airbnb and VRBO. But that's a minority of our sales come through that way. Again, Turner Bend's been in business now for at least since 1911, maybe longer than that. And I've had it 44 years. So a lot of people know about this place, and so most of it is repeat business or word of mouth.
Anything else you'd like to mention?
Well, a group of outdoor enthusiasts that we are seeing way more of is side-by-side crowd. So that's a whole different group of people that never enjoyed the forest before. They're not going to go hiking. They don't necessarily want to go boating. A few of them, but this getting in there side by side and touring through the forest. Now that's a real family activity, and people are good. We got people coming from, you name it, Wisconsin, Iowa, Oklahoma, Louisiana. They're coming from many, many states around to do that, as the boaters have in the past too. But certainly the side by sides are, planning their vacation and coming to Arkansas, staying for a few days and renting lodging and campground spaces. And
in this area particularly, for sure, because of, and next to you, birds.
I would say, a lot of it started with the fact that Birds has traditionally hosted those some events that got that started. And then Mulberry Mountain up the road is well positioned, a beautiful campground, and so they've brought a lot of people in. They're a Polaris dealer there, so you can rent a Polaris up there. So there's been a lot of catering to that crowd, and they come here and have a good time. They go home and tell their buddies, and here comes just the whole thing grows exponentially.
Where it used to be the pig trail era, now it's the side by side era.
Somewhat, and that's a good point. It started in 1981. Well, the interstate to the west of us wasn't completed till 98 or something like that. So we enjoyed a 17 or so year run there where this was a primary path from northwest Arkansas to Little Rock or other parts of the state. So a lot of traffic on the road, a lot of regular customers. People stopping going to Little Rock and stopping coming back. A lot of somewhat well-known people, including Governor at that time Clinton, Senator Pryor, people like that were regulars here. That all went away when the interstate opened up. So you stay here as long as I have. We've seen a lot of changes. The new interstate that diverted 2/3 of the traffic off the road. County that used to be dry north of us and now is wet. New competition. Everybody buying their own kayak. And every time you take a step back, hopefully something comes in to kind of like motorcyclists traveling the roads.
Right.
Well, that's been a big customer base for us.
Right.
And we promoted the pig trail, the curvy pig trail, and then now the side by side. So things evolve,
Right.
And now we're kind of a big part of what we do is the cabin business.
We appreciate that too. We're Harley riders. Him and I both on our channel, and we also ride. So.
Well, we've had just long history of hosting bikers and selling things in here to appeal to the biker crowd, and a lot of them go stay in Eureka Springs, but they'll come to here, and this will be their turnaround point and go back. And so that that's been a big part of what we've done all through the years. Making this a good stop for the bikers.
Well, thank you for your store. Thank you for your time, and
thank you
for your interview.
You bet.
All right.
We arranged a car shuttle at Turner Bend Outfitter to put us in at High Bank, and we're floating back down to Turner Bend which is around a 12-mile float. Should be an exciting day. We just put in at High Banks and we're floating down to Turner Bend. Should be about a 12-mile float. The most significant rapids are probably going to be Whoop and Holler and Jumpstart. Stay right here. Good job, babe. Well, we just found a rope swing, and yeah, I'm just old enough and dumb enough to do it. So give me a minute here. Now flip it. Ah, almost. Here, harder.
It's not long enough.
Harder.
You understand?
Flip it harder.
It's not
Flip
long
it
enough.
hard. I almost, if you'll just flip it. Thank you.
Wait a minute, let me get out of the way.
You want me to bomb you?
No, I don't.
All right, here we go. You ready? Here we go, YouTube. 53 years old of dumb. Okay, that was cold, but it was fun. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of Turner Bend Outfitter on the Mulberry River. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we would love for you to drop a comment below. See you next time.